Welcome to another do-it-yourself video. This one was kind of highly requested. I got several people wanting me to show how I done the leaf candle jars, so that's what I'm going to do today. So the things that you're going to need to essentially put this together is these fake leaves, and I don't know, maybe you could use real ones. I believe you could still find these at Dollar Tree, maybe like Hobby Lobby, places like that, even though they have their Christmassy stuff out. You need one of these little LED tea light candles, battery operated ones, a sponge brush, you need a container of Podge, and I got the gloss one, and of course you'll need a mason jar or some kind of candle jar. It's just personal preference there. Now these items here are optional. Some ribbon, some foam acorns, which I also found at Dollar Tree, and a hot glue gun for if you are going to do the ribbon and the acorns. Get started, you want to wash the container, whatever you're using. If it's a mason jar that's been used, if it's a new mason jar, if it's a new candle jar kind of thing, wash it, okay? Let it dry out. So that way the leaves will adhere very nicely without like peeling off because the container was nasty. So you're gonna need your little Mod Podge right now, and you need like a scrap piece of paper for this. So I'm gonna show as much of this in the as possible. So I like to dip my Mod Podge straight from the container. That, and what you want to do to start off, you're going to take any leaf you want, make sure it's turned over you guys, and put your Mod Podge on the back, okay? And then I like to pick mine up and place it on wherever on your jar that you want it. Doesn't matter where. And yeah, they're not going to stick perfectly down for the most part. Some of them still gonna stick up a little bit, but that's okay. It gives the jar texture, and it just looks very organic, you know, so to speak. So I really like that. And then I like to take my brush and pat the edges down. Like I said, some of them's not going to stick all the way down, and that's okay, especially when you have something like this jar here with all this stuff on it, but it just gives it character, so it's quite alright. Okay, and then you do want to keep in mind that this project is a 2-day project. So once you get all of your leaves on and glued down, you're going to let that dry, and I would suggest overnight really, and then you can work on it again the next day. You can overlap them as well, which is what I like to do to a lot of mine that I did. They come out really nice. And then I also like to keep spaces in mine, and it lets the light come through a lot better. Obviously, it just looks so nice. Now that you get the idea, I'm going to go ahead and continue on sped up, set to music, because this takes a while. after you have your entire jar covered in leaves how you want it, you can make them as dense as you want. Like, you can make no peep like holes. Even you can use real candle in this. It doesn't matter. It's whatever your personal preference is. Now, what I would do at this point, after your leaves drawn, you're going to set this aside and let it dry completely. Don't fool with it anymore. Don't add any more glue. If you see the leaves kind of sticking up or this and that, once again, they're more than likely not going to stick down. So just leave them alone, and it adds character to your jar. So yeah, that's all for day one part of this craft. After your first layer has dried, your jar is going to look something like this. You can leave it at this, but I like to take it a step further and seal in the leaves furthermore on the outside as well. So you just take your same Mod Podge, make sure you rinsed out your little sponge or grab a new one, and we're going to put a second coat on that and let it partially dry, and then we're going to work on our bow with our acorns. So I'm going to speed this process up because it's literally just painting glue on it. It's had a couple hours to dry. It's still gonna have some white glue residue on there, but that's okay. So for this part, you're going to need your glue gun. I already have mine plugged up off camera. You're gonna need your ribbon of your choice. The other jars I did two-tone ribbon. I just did this gold ribbon and a red ribbon, but I used all the red ribbon, so I'm just gonna use this one, and then a couple of these foam acorns. And then you're just going to want to line up your ribbon, and you're going to tie your bow. And you should be able to like move the bow around like that so you can put it anywhere you want. So next you're going to take a glue gun, take your ribbon, good amount of glue on there. That's all there is to it. That's the finished jar. Your acorns and your leaves, and you're just gonna need to let that completely dry now, and you just stick your tea light down in there or real candle. So hope you enjoyed this do-it-yourself video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos like this.